Game rated T for teen.
Yeah, I'm here for my license.
Get behind that yellow line.
Yeah, I know. License, please.
You better get out of my face. You ain't gonna get your pump license
Yeah,
back.
I
Look what I
know.
got on you. You drive through the mall, someplace, anytime. You might not know.
That was some big air.
What's your problem?
Hey, that's what I get paid for. I made some serious cake that day.
Crazy Taxi on Sega Dreamcast. It's thinking.
Hey, everyone! Welcome to Centurion Dragon Studios, where traffic laws are optional and pedestrians all have a death wish. Don't worry, I won't be doing that voice again. Hopefully. So, I've been revisiting some old Dreamcast games, one in particular for a much bigger project. And I thought, well, while that video is brewing, which is going to be a long-ass time, because it's going to be a long-ass video, I figured, hey, why not spotlight a game that's basically therapy in the form of road rage? Introducing Crazy Taxi, a game that was born when its creator, Koji Kondo, was stuck in traffic one day and thought, hey, wouldn't it be awesome if there was a taxi service that just didn't give a fuck about traffic laws? About, I think it was a year later, his team had developed Crazy Taxi. The goal of the game is super simple. You pick up some passengers and you drive them to their destination in the quickest way possible. Not exactly the safest. Now, Crazy Taxi was originally an arcade game. However, because the arcade cabinet used the Naomi hardware, it was so similar to the Dreamcast hardware, which had recently been released at the time, that they just ported it right over with minimal compromise. Actually, the Dreamcast version is better than the arcade in many ways, which we'll get into later. Anyway, Dreamcast version is the version we'll be looking at today, and being the basis for my review. There have been other ports made of Crazy Taxi throughout the years. However, all these ports exclude the licensed soundtrack. Yep, that's right. The original Crazy Taxi had licensed music from Bad Religion and The Offspring. That does leave me with one tiny problem. I can't actually show you the music from this game like I could with all the others, as I will get copyright struck into oblivion. So I'm sorry, but what I can do is leave a link in the description for the game's soundtrack, and you can go listen to it for yourself. With that out of the way, let's get to talking about Crazy Taxi! Now, Crazy Taxi offers 3 distinct game modes in the Dreamcast version. I'm pretty sure the other versions have it, but like I said, Dreamcast is the focus of this review. Each designed with a different objective and playstyle in mind. First, there's Arcade Mode. This is the original rule set from the arcade release. You start with a limited amount of time, and the goal is to extend that time by playing efficiently. Delivering passengers quickly adds bonus time. And simply picking up a new passenger also grants additional seconds. The longer you keep going, the higher your potential score. But once the timer runs out, it's game over. Next is the mode I play the most often, Time Trial Mode. Here, you're working with a strict timer, no extensions. You can choose to go for 3, 5, or 10 minutes. More often than not, I choose 10. And your goal here is simple. Earn the highest score possible within that fixed time period. There's no game over here in the traditional sense, as in, honestly, you could just screw around for 10 minutes and get 0 score and be just fine. You could explore the entire city if you wanted to, but where's the fun in that? You want to pick up passengers and do crazy stuff, don't you? Speaking of crazy stuff, the last mode is Crazy Box, which is just a bunch of mini games mostly. It's nothing really that special, and I'm sure there's people out there that love this mode. I just don't. I come to Crazy Taxi to listen to punk rock music and to be a crazy taxi driver, not to play mini games. Now, since Crazy Taxi is an arcade game, I'm gonna have to be a little unique in how I talk about it, as there isn't a traditional campaign for me to explain or story. Now, taxi drivers do have backstories, but you wouldn't know that unless you read the manual. So that's where we should start. The taxi drivers you can play as. You got 4 characters to choose from, so let's go over them. First is Axel. He is my go-to. He's got that punk rocker energy. Spiky hair, in a cab that looks like it's one burnout away from falling apart. According to the manual, he became a taxi driver because he thought it was the coolest job ever, after surviving a wild taxi ride as a kid. That explains a lot about him. And it turns out his license plate means, I know miss. Okay then. I don't know what he would be missing though, and I don't know if I want to know. Then there's Gina. Stylish, stone cold, and focused. And completely devoted to her ride. She doesn't care about passengers. She doesn't care about romance. She's a gearhead, and she lives for speed. Honestly, she's the very embodiment of a modern woman, for better or worse. And this was before gaming even knew what that meant. And her license plate apparently means sexy sis. Yeah, this game was made in a very, very different era of gaming. Next, we have the Crazy Taxi Driver, which is probably the most iconic. BD Joe, who isn't just here to drive, he's here to entertain. He's a big party animal who loves music and parties and making people smile. He's mostly here to entertain, not necessarily to drive you around. Apparently, his license plate means to hop to go, which I have no idea what that means. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Lastly, we have Gus, who was the oldest of the Crazy Taxi drivers. He's the original madman who kicked off the Crazy Taxi driving style, which is never really explained, but I'm gonna assume is basically drive your person to their destination as quickly as possible and disregard everyone else's safety, and give the big middle finger to all the traffic laws. Yeah, that's probably what it is. Apparently, he used to be a big gambler, but after years of poker and blackjack, he mellowed out, and apparently it taught him to respect strategy. He also has a 55 Jolipe as his cab. Yeah, I didn't pronounce that right at all, but it's one of these things. Now here's something most people don't know about, is the fact that Crazy Taxi's passengers aren't just random NPCs. If you got the manual for the Dreamcast version, they actually have personalities and goals to some extent. Like Cindy, who's a college psychic major with a junk food addiction. Rachel is a hospital volunteer, dreaming of med school. Dan's writing a thesis on fashion and world markets. Grandma J, loud pajamas and louder personality basically sums her up. Then you got characters like Biff, who takes helicopters to baseball games. Buzz, who's a punk rocker who shows up in random places. And Pierce, who's a romantic who apparently spends all of his money trying to find a girlfriend. You know, I'm trying to find a girlfriend too, buddy, but I don't waste a ton of money on it. Probably because I don't have that much money. But seriously, dude, all you gotta do is just hand out your number to a few girls and see what happens. It has worked 0 times for me so far. It's crazy that all this story is absent from the game itself. Because when you start up the game, you hop into your cab and go get passengers and take them to their destinations. It's super simple. Alright, so once you pick your cab driver, you are dropped onto the pavement with no tutorials, no cutscenes, just here's your car. Go pick up passengers and go have fun. Now, generally, you'd be doing this to a punk rock soundtrack from The Offspring and Bad Religion. However, every single one of their songs is copyrighted. meaning I can't play any of them and keep the video online. So I either have to play with the game muted or with the music off, which, just listen, it sucks.
Take me to the yacht harbor.
Okay, you ready?
Go straight.
Okay, you ready?
Go straight.
Okay.
Yeah. Go that way.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that hurt. Pay more attention. Hey. Oh, be more careful.
However, I did find out that Sonic music actually sounds pretty good in Crazy Taxi. Here, take a listen.
Okay, you ready? Okay, you ready?
Go straight.
Talk about the passengers you can pick up, as each passenger has a $sign over their head, and the color of the $sign tells you how difficult the trip is going to be. Now, when I first started playing the game, I thought green meant easy, red meant hard. No, it's the opposite. Red means easy, yellow means medium, and green means hard. Yeah, I know it's a little confusing when you start playing, but for some reason, that's how it is. Let me tell you something. These passengers don't just hang out on the side of the road. They're in the oddest of places. Like this one lady here, who is the hardest person to drive around the map and has the hardest fare of any person in this game that I've found, is found on this roof. Just on the side of this roof. And she wants to go to the police station. Don't know what she needs to do at the police station or why she was on this roof, but okay. She is easily the hardest fare in the game. Like, this is the first time I've ever actually successfully got her to the police station, because you gotta haul ass across the entire map to get her there in time. Oh, and then there's people that hang out on the bottom of the ocean. Yes, how they're breathing, I don't know, and oh hey, there's an orca. You know, I think me and you have a common friend. So, what was I getting at? Oh yeah! How is this cab running underwater? How are you breathing? And what are you even doing down here? Look, the game's fun, so I guess I can overlook it, but it's a severe gap in logic. The faster you get your clients to your destination, the more score you get. And the crazier you make it, also the more score you get. You even get moves like the Crazy Dash and Crazy Drift to pull off. They can be hard to learn at first, but once you get the basics down, they're a ton of fun to pull off. And that's really the gist of it. It's just a quick pick up, play, 10-20 minutes. No story to follow, no emotional attachment, no levels to keep up with. Just pure punk rock adrenaline on demand fun. At the end of the day, your enjoyment of Crazy Taxi really comes down to one question. Do you need a story, or can you just make your own fun with a chaotic sandbox you're dropped into? Because this game is just pure pick up and play mayhem. And that's exactly why it works. And that's why I love it. If I'm having a bad time coding or I'm very frustrated, I can just pick up this game, play for 10 minutes, and blow off some steam. And if you're gonna play this game, just gonna go ahead and tell you, get the Dreamcast version specifically. It's the only one that keeps the original licensed soundtrack intact. And that basically defines the whole game's vibe. However, if Sega ever wants to re-release this game and does not want to pay the Offspring and Bad Religion for the music tracks, I have a solution. Sega, if you want to make this game awesome again, put Sonic music in there. No, I'm not kidding. Seriously, do it. This is my sales pitch for Crazy Taxi Remake having Sonic music in it. Watch.
Make some crazy money. Are you ready? Here we go. Come on, you're in a hurry, right?
Watch it, you nearly killed me! Take me to the cable car.
Okay, here we go.
Wow, you're a great driver!
I can't handle it. Right here.
Thanks! Take me to the yacht harbor.
Okay, but don't freak out on me.
Oh, that hurt! Pay more attention!
Yeah, I got it. Come on, you're in a hurry, right?
Watch it! You need to take me to the original Levi's
Okay, but
shop.
don't freak out on me. Yeah, I got it.
Oh, that hurt! Pay more attention! Oh, you did it! That was serious speed!
Nothing I can't handle. Come on, you're in a hurry, right?
Hey, we'll take me to the church.
Okay, here we go.
What are you, stupid?
You nearly killed me! Take me to the original Levi's
Okay, but
shop.
don't freak out on me.
Oh, watch it, you fool! Go that way!
Yeah, I got it. It's a windy and sunny day.
Oh, watch it! That was serious speed!
Nothing I can't handle. The past weeks have been gone by so fast. So the single breaks can shine the sun. Come on, you're in a hurry, right?
Watch it! You nearly killed me! Can you take me to the Holocaust?
Okay, here we go.
Oh, watch it, you fool! Let's go!
Hey, come here.
Thanks. Take me to the Fila shop.
Okay, but don't freak out on me.
Yeah!
Can you see the sun is shining on me?
Go that way.
It makes me feel so free. So
Can't you be more careful?
It makes me want to survive. And the
What are you,
sky,
stupid?
it makes me feel so high.
yeah, I got it.
It's gonna be a brighter day.
Go that way.
Yeah, I got it.
Doesn't brighten up the day.
Keep your eye on the road. Take a left.
Yeah, just a second.
Hey!
I tried.
You lousy driver!
Just think about the good times. I think you'll come back again.
And that's really all I have to say about Crazy Taxi. It's not really a complex game, and it's just fun. Dumb fun. And if you enjoyed the video, give it a like and hit that subscribe button. And if you like the game, tell me what you think of it and your memories with it. I'd love to hear from you. Also, I figured I'd make you guys a little deal, since the channel is starting to grow a little bit. You see, I'm a game designer, and my game, Nova Rebellion, is out right now. It's a rock and roll space shooter. And if this channel hits 100 subscribers, I'll put it on sale for just $1. That's a massive drop from the usual $4.99. A whopping 79.96% off. And I'll run said discount for 3 days. I'm a businessman. You can believe me. So what do you have to lose? Might as well give it a try, right? Also, I'll leave a link to our Discord in the description. That being the Dragon's Den. It's where the studio members hang out. And I'd love to see you guys there. Anyway, with that out of the way, this is Troy Schultz from Centurion Dragon Studios, signing off.